and this happened to our forefathers, what would that make us?
Slaves.
We're not slaves. If the Lord told Moses to make this covenant with children of Israel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was prophesied that the children of Israel were going to slavery on slave ships, and that happened to the so-called black man, what would that make us today? Would we just be just black men, or would we be the children of Israel?
Children of Israel.
That's right. According to the Bible, we're the Hebrew Israelites. You know, you gotta read the King James Version Bible, and you gotta look into things yourself.
Yeah.
You know, I know you gotta go, but you can look up HOI mustard seed.
HOI?
Mustard seed.
Mustard seed?
Yeah, mustard seed. Right? And look it up.
All right.
And get edified. So.
All right.
Alright.
Enjoy your day, boy.
Alright, you too. Right? The video has stopped playing, but alright, brothers is prophesying the words of the Lord. Right? It's cold as hell. Brothers is shaking in their boots, right? But brothers is out here, man. You know, boldly, man, doing the works of the Lord. Right? I was saying earlier that I don't know why they stopped recording or what the hell happened, but I was saying earlier I left my camp spot because it was cold. I had to get gloves. All praises, I got gloves, right? My fingertips was falling off. I could barely hold the phone and read, right? And I was saying that earlier I was going through the spirit and making a lesson. And now when I went to go get my gloves from my family member's house and charge my phone a little bit, I kind of put together a lesson. The title of this lesson is going to be Too Cool for School. Because Jake think they're too cool for school, man. They think everything is cool, man. You know? Jake is just worried about the fashion, the trends, the Jordans getting fly, the Yeezys, and etc., etc. Our people is just too cool for school, man. You know? They think they're too cool for school, too cool to learn the Bible, too cool to be taught as a child again and to learn things over, man. You know? And we're rebellious, man. And when I was in Flatbush earlier for like 2 hours, right, prophesying for a little bit before brothers left to get some gloves, and I asked his brother, "What's your nationality?" He said Spanish, and I was saying that's what the conquistadors, you know, when they took over your people, you're not Spanish. And the brother said, "Okay, that's cool." Jake wanna be too cool for school, right? One eve, I asked her something. She smiled. How all that makeup on her face, don't know what's going on. Want to be too cool for school. So our people are just too cool think they're too cool for school, man. This Exodus 32, right? I'm gonna start at verse 7. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go get thee down, for thy people which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt have corrupted themselves. Because when the Lord brought us out of Egypt, right, our forefathers were so wicked that they corrupted themselves, Salakia, and they created a golden calf, man. When the Lord brought them up out of Egypt, right, and the Lord told Moses to go up into Mount Sinai to get the commandments, right, the children of Israel was like, who is the Most High and who is Moses? Let's make us a golden calf and worship that, and say this be the gods that brought us out of Egypt. That's off, man. This be the gods that brought us up out of Egypt, you know. So our forefathers is wicked, man. Right? I'm gonna read on, and it says, "Which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt, Salakia, and the Lord said to Moses, Go get thee down, for thy people which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt have corrupted themselves." Right? Verse 8, "They have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them. They have made a molten calf, and I worship it, and I sacrificed thereunto, and said, These be thy gods, O Israel, which I brought thee up out of the land of Egypt." That's off, man. That's wicked, right? So the children of Israel said, "These be thy gods that brought us up out of the land of Egypt," right? After the Lord done brought them up out of Egypt through the hand of Moses and Aaron, right? Part of the Red Sea, right? Destroyed the Egyptians, sent all those plagues upon the Egyptians, plagues of darkness, the locusts, right? The boils, right? What else? And etc., right? Killed the firstborns. Our people our people saw the chariots of the Lord, right? The cloud was the chariots, right? And still said, these be the gods that brought us out of Egypt, a molten calf. That's wicked, man. That's wicked as hell. Imagine seeing all that work of the Lord and then say, you know what? These be the gods that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, man. And I got a precept before I go to this, You got a minute for the Bible? You don't got a minute for the Lord?
I know.
Damn, that's off, brother. See, that's off, man. I got a precept. Right? This is Job. Chapter 21, right? Verse 15. What is the Almighty that we shall serve him? Now this is talking about the wicked, Esau. We had an Edomite walk past. They say, what is the Almighty that we shall serve him? But this could also apply to our people. They say, what is Yahweh, Bashim Ashai, that we shall serve him? Right? They'd rather serve Molech, right? Satan, the god of Canaanites, right? And etc., right? They say, what is the Almighty that we shall serve him? And what profit should we have if you pray unto him? So people say, what shall it profit us if you pray unto the Lord? Which is wicked as hell. You got most of our people that say, we still get shot down, right? Do you know why we say Black Lives Matter? Do you know why I have to say no justice, no peace? You got a minute real quick, sister? You got a minute for the Bible, brother? You look mighty nice in that tie and that suit. Brothers want to say that's good. No, just don't know what's going on. But our people, right? They be like, say for example, right? A bunch of 10 so-called black men got shot at this point where I'm standing, right? Tomorrow or tonight after I left. And then the Black Lives Matter protest, march and protest. And then some of our people say, why should you pray to God? What shall it profit us if you pray to God because we're still getting shot down in the streets? The reason why you're getting shot down in the streets is because you're not keeping the commandments and the Lord is judging you. That's what our people say. That's in their minds. They say, what shall it profit us if you shall serve the Lord? It says, what profit should we have if we pray unto him? Right? Here. Yeah, that's all I want. Right? So our people is wicked, man. Most of our people say, what shall it profit us if you serve the Lord? That's ultimately talking about Esau, because Esau, they're far from the Lord. The so-called white man is far from the Lord. They're wicked. They don't think about worshiping the Lord, man. That's the last thought in his mind. So back to Exodus 32, verse 9. And the Lord said to Moses, I have seen his people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. So, I'm going to read again. And the Lord said to Moses, I have seen his people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. So the children of Israel is a stiff-necked people, man. We're very rebellious. We're wicked. We don't want to keep the commandments. We don't want to serve the Lord, and we don't want to follow after righteousness, right? We're just wicked as hell, right? The children of Israel, so-called blacks, Spanish and Native Americans, man, just wicked. Too cool for school, man. Right? Our people is way too cool for school, way too cool for the Bible, right? They'd rather get the Balenciagas. And I know this stuff because, man, I was a nigga, man, Or I was gonna work my way to become a nigga of the streets, man. I was one of those guys that was too cool for school too, I wanted to get the Yeezys. I was selling drugs one time, right? And I was trying to get that money, be that playboy, right? Which was off as hell. But it's Isaiah, right? But all praise that the Lord brought us up out of that, right? chapter 30. Right? Isaiah chapter 20. Slakia, bear brothers real quick. Yeah, Isaiah 30, verse 9. It says that this is a rebellious people, lying children. The rebellious people are the children of Israel. Right? We're rebellious and we're lying children. You know, we say we worship, we say we're Christians and we believe in God but celebrate Christmas. We say we love the Lord but don't want to keep the commandments. Right? Children that will not hear the law of the Lord. And we don't want to hear the commandments when the commandments is being brought out. Right? And I got a precept. Right? Bear with me real quick. It's Proverbs 28, verse 13. Shalaki, that's not what I want. Proverbs 28, verse 9. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the Lord, even his prayer shall be an abomination. So if you turn your ears away from hearing the laws of the Lord, even your prayer shall be an abomination. You know? And that's what our people do. They turn away their ears from hearing the words of the Lord. They want to be too cool for school. Right? Think it's too cool. Our people is too cool to read the Bible. You know? They be like, nah, I'm too cool for that. Right? I'd rather go get this money. Right? I'd rather go be a nigga. Right? And sell dope. Right? And play 2K. Isaiah 30, right? Verse 10. Would say to the seer, see not. So they say to the prophets, see not. Like, don't look at the prophecies. Don't watch what's going on. Don't watch the breakdowns. Don't go on YouTube and look up how to keep the commandments. And to the prophets, prophesy not unto his right things. Don't tell me to keep the commandments. Don't tell me I gotta wear fringes, or don't tell me I can't keep Christmas. You know, I don't want to hear that. That's what they say. Speak unto us smooth things. Tell me how to get money. Tell me what's the word with the links, or how to get the next dope, or the next key, or we're gonna smoke tonight, or how we're gonna plan to go get this woman to lust after her. Smooth things. Prophesy deceit. Prophesy wickedness. So our people is wicked, man. And mostly this lesson is getting on Jake, man. Wicked Jake. Too cool for school. Right? God people is too cool for school. Right? And brothers is prophesying unto the wind. Right? Brothers is prophesying to the wind right now. Right? And I got a precept real quick. Oh, what I said earlier. I said earlier that our people be like, what should our profit us if we used to worship the Lord? Right? Because say, for example, a bunch of so-called black men got shot down here today, and they used to pray to God. They be like, God's not hearing us, so why should we serve him? We're still gonna shot down. Well, here's why you so-called blacks are living the way how you living. Here's why. The answer's in the Bible, and I got it. Right? This is Jeremiah. Salakia. Chapter 5, verse 25. It says, your iniquities, right, have turned away these things, and your sins have withholden good things from you. So your iniquities, which means your sins, right, have turned away these things, and which is righteousness, and your sins have withholden good things from you. So the reason why you get shot down in the streets and say no justice, no peace, is because your sins is withholding good things from you. You know? And I got a precept. Because the Lord does not hear everybody's prayers. If you don't want to hear the Lord's not going to hear your prayers. Right? And the Lord doesn't hear sinners' prayers. That is John chapter 9, verse 31. right? This 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 12. For the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous. So the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous. The so-called black, Hispanic men and women that are righteous and keep the commandments, that are seeking him in truth and sincerity, right? And his ears are open unto their prayers, right? And it says, but the face of the Lord is against them that do evil, right? Are you keeping, do you believe in the Bible? You got a minute for the Bible? See that? That's evil right there, man. You know? That's a rebelling the words of the Lord, man. You know, that's witchcraft. You know? That's a wickedness, man. You know, there's a bunch of wizards and warlocks, man. And witches. Wizards, warlocks, and witches, man. Of all people. Right? You got a minute for the Bible? You know what today is? I don't understand what that meant, sister. I couldn't understand you. I said, do you know what today is? Today's the Lord's Day of Rest. It's a high holy day. Are you keeping it, or do you know what I'm talking about? Nah, but today is a very signified special day, sister. Where you're supposed to rest today, you know. You're a Muslim? Let's come deal with Muslim then. Let's come deal with it. Let's come deal with it. See that? Sister want to deal with it. You don't want to deal with it? Alright. What's your nationality real quick though? Which part of West Africa?
Never heard of it?
Nah, never heard of that.
It's next to Liberia on Blood Diamond. It's that place.
Say it again?
Blood Diamond.
But alright. Well,
Next time I see you learn more about that, and I'll learn more about what you're telling me.
alright, well, yeah, you have a good day. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that though. Nothing. I'm just saying, like, just have a good day, sister. Alright, have a good day, sister. Yeah, that might be Hamite, man, you know? So, you can keep that Allah to yourself, man. You know? She said learn more about the geographic map. You know, there's nothing wrong with brothers learning about the map, but, you know, just get out of here to Allah, man. You know, straight up. Basically, the sister said, she's from West Africa, right? Some place near the Ghana. I didn't really know where it was at. And then she said, learn more about the maps of Africa, and I'll learn more about the Bible, right? Which one is it? Are you with Allah or are you with the Lord? You gotta choose one. You can't serve two masters, sister. You know, but I might be a Hamite, you know, or whatever, right? So, yeah, you know. And Salaki, let me get a precept. Like I was saying earlier, the Lord is only here the prayers of the righteous, right? And the title of this video is Too Cool for School, right? Too cool for school. Right? This is the Sirach. Bear me. I got a switch on my phone. Right? Sirach chapter 35. Verse 6. She said, I've been resting all week. It's that Christmas break. She probably got off work or whatever, so they probably give for rest all week. But today's the real day of the week to rest, man. Today's the Sabbath day. But this is Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus, chapter 35, verse 16. He that serveth the Lord shall be accepted with favor, right? And his prayer shall reach unto the clouds. So your prayer, if you're serving the Lord, your prayer is gonna reach up unto the clouds, man. Right? The prayer of the humble pierces the clouds. So it pierces the clouds. Right? And till it come nigh, he will not be confronted. So until it come nigh, he will not be confronted. Meaning that until the prayers of the righteous come nigh, meaning that it comes to fruition, it be fulfilled, that's when the prayers of the righteous are gonna be confronted. Like say for example, if I'm praying, right? Or if you're praying, right? If you're a man or woman praying, right, and you're praying, saying that the Lord, you're asking the Lord, please allow me to see the downfall of my enemies, Esau, the other nations, Ishmael, right? Right? And your prayer, you're humble, right? You're very humble in the truth. And your prayer is piercing the clouds, right? Say you don't know your prayer is piercing the clouds, but the Lord knows it, right? Right? Salakia. Say you don't know your prayer is piercing the clouds, but the Lord knows it, right? And until it come nigh, he will not be confronted. Comforted. Con. And until he come nigh, he will not be comforted. Meaning, you're not going to be at ease until that prayer comes to fruition. Until it's fulfilled. Yeah, thank you. Until it's fulfilled. And that's Amalek, man. You know, Amalek said, nice jacket, but, you know, it's whatever, man. Brothers just say thank you and keep it pushing, man. You know? Salakia, that was Amalek saying, nice jacket. Brothers just say keep it pushing or whatever. So, we're not gonna be comforted until our prayers are filled. Until Amalek is putting the chains until he's destroyed, man. Until I don't have to see him walking around no more, right? It says it will not depart to the Most High. Salakia. It will not depart to the Most High, shall behold to judge righteously and execute judgment on the so-called white man and white woman and put them in slavery, man. Right? When it says it will not impart to the Most High, shall behold to judge righteously, meaning he's going to keep prayer until that man or woman is going to keep praying until judgment day, until the sky cracks open with the chariots. Right? Verse 18, for the Lord will not be slack, right? Neither will the mighty be patient towards them till he have smitten, meaning beaten in, and sundered the loins of the unmerciful, Esau, the other nations, and repay vengeance to the heathen, till you have taken away the multitude of the proud. That could be our own people. Our people that is too cool for school. And broken the scepter of the unrighteous Israelites, man. Verse 19, till he have rendered to every man according to his deeds, according to your wickedness. What you reap, you shall sow, right? And to the works of men according to their devices, whether it was righteousness or whether it was wickedness, right? Till he have judged the cause of his people and made them to rejoice in his mercy, right? You see that? Mr. Lockie, I got to preach it real quick, but I'm trying to switch real quick, switch my phone over, and get these precepts out before my phone die, right? Right? Matter of fact, I go to Romans chapter 2, verse 6. The book of Romans chapter 2, verse 6. Who will render to every man according... Bear me real quick. Yeah, Romans 2, verse 6. Who will render to every man according to his deeds. So the Lord's going to render to every man according to his deeds, right? This is Revelation, right? The last Revelation, the last chapter in the Bible. chapter 22, verse 12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be, whether it's righteousness or wickedness. And the 2/3 of our people that are too cool for school, they're going to be rewarded with their work shall be. Their works, their fruit that they put in was in wickedness, so they're going to reap that fruit, man. You know, and the 2/3 are wicked, man. They're wicked. They're wicked. They're wicked husbandmen. They're planting wicked seeds. They're teaching their children how to smoke weed and do that and that, and this and that. They're planting wickedness, and then somebody else waters the wickedness, right? And then Satan increases it, man. So there's righteousness on the right hand side, and then there's wickedness on the left hand side. And if I'm going off, just tell me I'm going off. I'll take if you feel like I'm going off for saying that, then just you can comment it, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm Salakia. But the way how I see it like how the wickedness of our people, they plant wicked seeds, right? They're children, and then they plant wickedness in their children's mind, that seed in their mind, and then somebody waters it, right? Somebody waters it, whether it's the OG or a friend, they water them in wickedness, and then Satan, that person that they serve them, gives the increase. Satan gives them the desires. To me, that doesn't sound off, Salakia, but it sounds like the truth. But if you think I'm going off, just say I'm going off and post a scripture, right? If I'm going off. But that's the truth. You got a righteous increase on the right hand side, and then there's a wicked increase on the left hand side. There has to be a just balance. There has to be a wicked. You got a minute for the Bible? Do you know what today is? See that? There has to be a righteous increase and then a wicked increase. There has to be a just balance. Right? There's Zechariah chapter 7 verse 11. But they refused to hearken, right? That sister refused to hearken, right? And pulled away their shoulder. So our people pull away their shoulder, right? And stop their ears that they should not hear. So our people stop their ears that should not hear. They don't want to hear the Bible, Because you think they're too cool for school, man. And they're going to be judged, man, for their fruit of their doings, for their wickedness, for their wicked acts. Their wicked and rebellious acts, Too cool for the Bible, right? Y'all know what today is? I got a minute for the Bible. You know what today is? I'm not speaking a hard tongue. Do y'all know what today is? Today is the Lord's Day of Rest. Supposed to be keeping it. We're God's children people. You gotta read the Bible and come back to your nationality. We're not just black people. We're not just niggas and hoes. We're God's children people. You got a minute real quick while I read it? A rush to where? What's more important than the words of the Lord right now? I can't hear you.
I'm into all of that. I do that on my own.
Do what?
Like read Bible and pray to a God. I don't have to explain. It's my personal relationship with God. But I do that. I don't need to talk about it. Yeah. And I'm cold.
But like, if you had a personal relationship with God, it would show. I would know that you have a relationship with Him.
Oh my God. Be safe.
I'll be safe, man. See, so Jake don't know what's going on, man. I got a precept real quick. I got a precept. It's lucky. My phone about to die, but I got a precept. Anyway, let me read it from my phone, right? Because it's going to be faster if I read it from my phone, right? The Lord said, let your light so shine before men, right? And their light is definitely not shining, man. Their light is dim, you know. They don't even have that flame lit. You know, there's no fire on their candlestick, man. This is Matthew 5, verse 16. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify our Father which is in heaven. Their light is not shining, man. It's put out. There's no fire to that. There's no fire in that candlestick, man. You got me up for a Bible, sister, in a burgundy jacket. See that? Her light is definitely not shining, right? Before men. You got me up for the Bible. See that? Our people was wicked, man. The sister walked around the pole and wanted to walk all the way around just to avoid me, man. Come on, sister. Right? But that sister, light isn't shining because she has pants on, no dress, right? She's not keeping the Sabbath. She said I did all of that. She said I'm into everything. You can't be into everything. You know, that's off, man. So Jake don't know what's going on, man. Being too cool for school, right? Now, if you sincerely have someone to go, okay, right? And it is cold, but you can still get the words of the Lord, right? Let's get that, man. Because I'm cold, man. Brothers is cold, right? But brothers still out here, right? This is 2 Timothy 4, verse 2, right? Preach the word. Be instant in season, right? When it's hot, when it's springtime, when the sun is out. Out of season, when it's cold. Reprove, right? Meaning correct. Rebuke, meaning judge. Exhort, meaning to lift up. With all long suffering, right? Patience, right? And doctrine, right? So that's what brothers are doing, right? And that's 1 Corinthians 15, verse 58. It says, therefore, my beloved brethren, right, which are the Israelites, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. Right? So brothers' labor is not in vain. Brothers is shaking right now, right? You know, brothers kind of look crazy. I don't know if people can see me, but brothers' legs are shaking a little bit, you know, and stuff like that. But hey, brothers still out here, man. Holy, you know. I got more precepts before my phone died. About to die. But this is Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22, right? And the topic is too cool for school. Jake is too cool for school. Eve is too cool for school. Jeremiah 4, verse 22. For my people is foolish, they have not known me. So the so-called blacks and Native Americans are foolish. They don't know the Lord. They are Scottish children, meaning stupid, right? Basically, a dumbass, right? Salaki. And they have none understanding, meaning of the Lord. They are wise to do evil, teach their children wickedness, teach them Christmas, how to keep Christmas, and etc., right? How to sell drugs, how to kill their brother, right? How to flip a band, right? How to make coke. But to do good, they had no understanding how to keep the commandments, right? Our people had no understanding when it comes to keeping the commandments of the Lord, right? This is Judges chapter 21, verse 25. In those days, there was no king in Israel, right? Now, during this time, there was no king in Israel. And during the book of Judges, the Israelites kept going off and off and off and off, kept forsaking the Lord. There was no king in Israel. Every man did that which was right in his own eyes. And today you got our people that is too cool for school doing the same thing, doing right, which is in their own eyes, being a homosexual, celebrating Christmas, right? Eve wearing pants. It doing what's right in their own eyes, right? And which is not after the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, right? This is Proverbs chapter 16, verse 25, right? It says, there's a way that seemeth right unto a man. So to 2/3, right? You got me for the Bible, sister? right? So the 2/3, the things that they do, they think is right. It seems right unto them. They think it's okay to be a homosexual. It says, there's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. So it may seem right in their eyes or in their mind, but the end thereof is death. You know? In their minds, they think they're too cool for school. They think in their minds that what I'm doing is not right. Right? They think that what they're doing in wickedness is right in their mind, and they think what I'm doing is not right. You know? They're doing what's right in their own eyes, man. And Salakia, and according to most of our people, this is not right in their eyes. Staying in the cold, reading the Bible, this is not right in their eyes. They be like, what is this crazy nigga doing, man? You know? They rather smoke weed in somebody's apartment building in the cold, Salakia, in the wintertime, and think that's right instead of standing outside reading the Bible in the cold, which is right. You know? So our people is too cool for school. You got me for the Bible. You know what today is? You know what today is? You can hear me? You can hear me? Alright, bro. And that brother look high, man. That brother didn't even look like he was know what's going on, man. And if he is high, that's off. You know? What if I said, I'm gonna kill you, nigga? And he didn't understand what I was saying. And he like, huh? I'm on the go. And then when we walked around, I kind of shot him in the back. God forbid I was in that mind state and he didn't understand me. Because that brother looked like he was high, you know? And those things happen. When people are high, they don't know what's going on. And our brother looked high as hell, man. Right? Salakia, bear me real quick. This is Proverbs 29, verse 27. It says, an unjust man is an abomination to the just, right? So an unjust man is an abomination to the just. Esau is an abomination to me, right? So-called white man is an abomination because they're wicked. You know, they are born to be wicked. They're an abomination unto me because they're contrary to righteousness, right? And he that is upright in the way, the men of the Lord, the children of Israel, is abomination to the wicked. So according to the so-called white man, I'm the children of Israel are abomination because we're doing things contrary to the things that the so-called white man sets up. They set up Christmas, and we celebrate Hanukkah, right? The real Hanukkah was 7 candlesticks, not 9, right? Hanukkah is not for the Jewish men; it's for the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Americans. Right? So we're an abomination to the wicked because they celebrate Christmas, we celebrate Hanukkah. They celebrate Halloween, we keep the Day of Atonement. They celebrate Thanksgiving, we celebrate Feast of Tabernacles. And the Passover, etc., etc. So we're an abomination unto the wicked. We do things contrary to what the so-called white man says, right? We're not for abortions. We're for our women and our men having a lot of children, right? Being fruitful and multiplying. We're not for homosexuality. We believe a man should be with a woman and a woman shall be with a man. You know, we're contrary to the so-called white man. So we're an abomination to the wicked, right? And the wicked is an abomination to us, right? It has to be a just balance. If you have ears to hear on what I'm saying. And onto the 2/3, the reason why I read this, because we're an abomination to the 2/3, because they're wicked too. You know, we're not upright in their eyes. You know? And I got more precepts. This is Ezekiel, right? Chapter 3. verse 1. Salakia. I'm going to start Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 4 to get to the point. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but to the house of Israel. So the Lord did not send the children of Israel, right, the men of the Lord keeping the commandments, to a nation of a hard speech. He didn't send us to people that can't understand us, so we can't understand them. He sent us to people that we can understand, and people that can understand us, the children of Israel, our kinsmen, if you have ears to hear and you understand. Verse 6, not to many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words thou cannot understand. Right? So the Lord didn't send us unto the Chinese man whose words we can't understand. Because I don't understand Chinese, right? Surely, had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto me. So if I went to the so-called Chinese man in that Chinese store right there and told him, your God, children, people will keep the commandments, he will listen to me. And he will do what I tell him. But if I tell a so-called black man to do it, you say, nah, nigga, I don't want to hear that. Got men for the Bible? See that? Can't make this up, man. Right?